Boys, recently, or however recently you would say it is, well, this summer, me, Maddox Francis, and Wrigley Tomagus ended up going to Kings Island. And it was one of the most memorable experiences of my whole life. And today, I'm sharing that with you. Yes, you. Not me. You. So because me and my friends are epic and cool and not like you, crusty, musty, and rusty, we ended up riding Orion 10 times because we are cool. And cooler than you. Later at Kings Island, when me and my friends were just walking around, so we started coming up with jokes. And you know how people on game shows they say stuff like, "You're one call away from $1 million." Well, something in our stupid minds thought that was funny, and we decided we're going to go up to people and just randomly say that. So we did. So when me and Wrigley went on Fight or Flight, we met this old lady who is the crusty type, and we told her, "You're one call away from $1 million," and she told us, "Get away from me." And well, like any old lady, knocked Wrigley into a wall, so I told her, "You made him sad." And she said, "Well, he deserved it." So, well, then, once she got on the ride, minutes later, we told her to get away from me. That's what we told her when she got on the ride as soon as she left. So, yes. Afterwards, when we went to Racers, things ended up getting very political. Don't ask why. Boys, there's times when you love Maddox Francis, but there's also times when you want to stab him to death and watch his blood just ooze out of him. He is a messy eater. This is the first time we saw it when Maddox Francis ate ice cream at Kings Island. He broke my soul with how messy he was. Boys, to take a break from all the madness, I'm just gonna tell you a really cool thing. Wrigley ended up making a handshake with one of the guys there, and it was just really chill. So, yeah. Back to the crazy stuff. Alright, so I know this is gonna sound really bad, what I'm about to say, but when you think about it, is bullying children really that bad? So, we left Maddox Francis on Diamondback, but, and I'll say this, it was very funny, so you can't blame me for bullying a child. Well, I'm also a child, but I like saying child. It's okay. So basically, we kind of just told Maddox we were gonna go on this ride with him, and we just didn't. We went on it without him. And later, he thought we were. We basically trolled him a bunch of times, making him think we were going to go on it all of those times. But our most creative one was when we were in the line right next to him. We were going to go on it with him behind us and us in the front. But right when he got onto the ride, we told the people behind us they could go in front of us, so that he went on the ride by himself. But it was very funny, so you can't blame me. And yes. So while we're on the topic of Maddox Francis, let me say this. I was in a little argument with him. Well, not really an argument, but I was telling him how much I was taller than him, and he said, well, at least I'm not as short as Wrigley. And I said that I'd tell Wrigley that Wrigley could say he was taller than me, any day, and I'd be fine with it. Because of how stupid this freaking conversation was. Wrigley now says he's taller than me all the time, and I just agree because it's funny. Boys, while in the car driving to Kings Island, we had a very funny thing happen. Maddox Francis was caught being stupid. And let me tell you how this happened, boys. So, my mom left the car and she said, "Boys, I'll be right back." And Maddox Francis said, But what if the car catches on fire?" And my mom just said, "Maddox Francis," and then left. And me and Wrigley turned to the back, looked at Maddox Francis, and said, "Maddox Francis, you don't make any sense." And he was like, but what if a match flew into the engine, and then the car set on fire? And me and Wrigley just we had known Maddox Francis had fallen into his Maddox Francis state, and then he peed himself. A classic Maddox Francis moment right there, boys. So, back to stuff that actually happened while we were at Kings Island. The weirdest thing happened. So, Maddox Francis and Wrigley Tomagus left me on a ride alone with someone who must have looked at Joe Biden and thought, he must be doing something right. Cause he sniffed the heck out of the poor woman in front of him. And I wish I was not there that time. Now, boys, I know everything so far has been really funny, but what I'm about to tell you was the scariest moment of my entire life. So, me and Wrigley were riding the Beast, right? But my buckle thing, my arm had hit the buckle and unbuckled it, and so I was unbuckled while going up the Beast, and Wrigley's restraints just didn't work. So we were going up the Beast, trying to help each other figure everything out so that we didn't die while going down the Beast, because Wrigley was literally standing up and my seatbelt went kaboom. And we eventually figured it out, but it was at literally the last second. So that was the scariest moment of my entire life. But it's pretty funny when you look back at it. So, boys, me, Maddox Francis, and Wrigley Tomagus were going to a hotel, because that's where we were staying. Because we were staying the night and then going back to our houses the next morning. And something really weird happened. Boys, it was late at night, and we were just watching funny videos like three boys would do at night. And Maddox Francis pees his pants all over the couch, which is where Wrigley was supposed to be sleeping that night, because there were 2 beds and a couch. So, we made Maddox Francis sleep on the couch, and Wrigley got to sleep in Maddox's bed. How does Maddox Francis keep peeing himself? It's a problem now. Boys, if you've made it to the end of the video, thank you you so much for watching. And if you have, then you probably enjoy my content, at least a little bit. So go ahead and click the subscribe button so you can see another video just like this one. I promise it'll be as good as this one. I put a lot of hard work into it. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.